What's going on, guys? It's White Chaos, and welcome back to another Division video. So today I'm going to be going over the patch notes for the PTS Week 4 for 1.6, which includes Last Stand, of course. Now, the last Division video that I actually uploaded was the PTS Week 3 patch notes, and I honestly meant to go play Week 3, I just got caught up with other things. Some of those things including Ghost Recon Wildlands. I had a lot of fun playing that over the weekend, and I just played a ton of it, made a few videos out of it. I meant to go play Week 3, but unfortunately I waited too long and now Week 4 is out. So I'll definitely check this out and probably live stream a couple times to make a few videos in Week 4. But today's video is just going to be going over the PTS Week 4 patch notes. Now, I'm not going to go over the bug fixes, so if you guys want to see those, I'll leave a link, of course, to the article in the description below so you guys can read it yourselves. I've been taking a few of you guys' criticism for these types of videos, and instead of just filming the actual patch notes, I'm just going to talk about them and give you guys some gameplay, because that's kind of boring. I understand. I understood what you guys were coming from. It's pretty boring, so you know, let's just do it a better way. So let's start going over it. So PTS Week 4 actually released today on February 7th. So let's start it off with Last Stand. The normalization. With PTS 4 normalization, will roll the max stat for all gear bonuses, gear mods, performance mod, and weapon mods, in addition to the previous max rolls for major stats, weapon damage, and weapon attributes, which means that your entire character will be scaled to a full minimum max 256 build. Your goal when putting together a build for Last Stand should be now completely focused around creating a build that suits your playstyle, instead of only trying to find a build where the stats are rolled fully to your advantage. Normalization now rolls the max gear score 256 stat for your gear major/minor bonuses, gear mods, performance mods, weapon mods, major stats, weapon damage, and weapon attributes. So one more thing I wanted to touch up on before I continue with this video. I may sound a little bit sick to you guys, and that's because I am. Yeah, I'm pretty sick right now, so I apologize if it sounded wonky or the video's not to that par of level you guys are used to seeing from me, but then again, my content ain't that great to begin with. So, I'm probably not too far off with how I'm recording this video today. But, yeah, I feel pretty sick, but I just wanted to make some videos, just 'cause I've been in that video type of mood the past couple hours, so here we are making some videos for you guys. So I guess we'll continue on that note. Fortifications. We have always wanted fortifications to help a solo player defend a tactical location, especially if the attacking team was not approaching tactically. With the previous tuning, players were able to tank and heal against the turrets, but the actual time to kill for the turrets was fairly long. We are making the turrets more lethal if attackers are not playing smart, which should also help solo defenders hold down their home tactical location. The pulse fortifications have not been changed. The damage of the turret fortifications has increased by 40%. The health of the turret fortifications has decreased by 25%. I think that's pretty cool. I remember playing in Week 2. It would just take like 3 magazines with an M4 just to take down one of those fortifications, like the turret, and it sucked because you would sit there for about maybe 20 seconds taking the damn thing out. I'm glad that they decreased the health on it and also increased the damage that it deals, because you can sit there and take damage from it all day and it really wouldn't kill you, and vice versa. So I'm glad they're doing something about that. Next note here is join us on the fly. I don't even know what that means, but let's go into it. The issues we had with joining a Last Stand match already in progress during PTS 2 have been resolved, and you are once again able to join on the fly. Also, players who join up as a group should no longer randomly be split up at the end of a match. You can now join a Last Stand match already in progress again. So that's one of those things that should have already been implemented into the game, but it's good that they've actually you know, done it now before the actual release. The next up to something that I think is really cool and that a lot of games should implement. I remember when Destiny finally implemented this into their system, and that is the Mercy rule. We continue to tweak the Mercy rule, and we will continue to adjust it as we gather more data. For now, we want to try to keep it more aggressive and see what players think. We would love to hear your feedback on this aspect. The Mercy rule now activates at 10 minutes instead of 8. So like I said, I didn't play PTS Week 3, and I hardly remember the patch notes that it went over. So they probably did implement the Mercy rule into Week 3. I just didn't get a chance to actually see it in its core. So I don't know how this is gonna work. 10 minutes instead of 8. Is it the countdown or the count up? I'm not really sure. If you guys can help me out in the comment section down below, I'd really appreciate it, just so I can understand it a little bit more. Next up is personal score. Up until now, the scores used to calculate rewards at the end of the match were placeholders until we had more data on what kind of scores we would expect during a match. With PTS 4, the score thresholds thresholds for last stand rewards have been increased. If your team wins the match, you will always get a win cash no matter your personal score. The last stand score thresholds are now 3,000 for 1 cash, 6,000 for 2 caches, and 15,000 for 3 caches. So that's pretty cool. The more points you get, the more caches you will receive, which is a very cool system. As let's say your Marco style, you're just abusing the system in week 1. No hate against Marco style, but he was just getting a point across on how easy it is to, you know, get points and win in last stand, which totally fine. That's what the PTS is for. But let's assume that you can still do that and get 90,000 points. You'd be getting, I don't know, by maybe these calculations, maybe 5 to 6 caches, which is quite a bit for about a 10-minute match. So it's cool how they're scaling this. I like it, so I'll definitely check it out as soon as I get on last stand. Now onto the game changes, which is a pretty short list, but there's some pretty cool stuff coming up, and we'll get to that in a second. But first off, combat. The time to kill was too faster in PTS 3 and didn't give enough time to work skills into encounters. So we're lowering the PvP damage multiplier in PTS 4. This change is subtle and should not dramatically affect the current pace of PvP. Additionally, with the updated normalization discussed above, players are going to be more lethal in general, which means we need to pull back the time to kill slightly. The PvP damage multipliers has been lowered from 0.46 to 0.42. This change applies to both Last Stand and the Dark Zone. So now onto the weapons. First off, the Historian, which you know, it's had its fair share in not being optimized, and I guess it's still not optimized, so let's go over it. The Historian has been given back its base damage, which means that headshots and critical hit chance will once again have an effect on its performance. As noted during PTS 3, the idea is to have a weapon that scales very well with firearms, so we have given its explosive damage a further boost. The explosive damage will now equal 700% of the user's firearms. But as I've stated a couple times, I didn't play PTS week 3, and you know, my bad on my part. I should have at least got some game time with it, but I'm not entirely sure how big of an increase this is, so I'll definitely have to check it out. Now the biggest thing in these patch notes for PTS week 4 are the SMGs. So this is a crazy one. You better sit back, relax, grab a snack and watch, because for the next couple of minutes I'm gonna run this clock. If you guys know what song that's from, definitely let me know in the comment section down below, because this man's a complete legend. So I'm just wondering if you guys knew what that was from. So let's go into the SMGs. During the testing of normalization in Last Stand, we had the opportunity to observe legacy SMGs that still had critical hit chance on them in action. While we had initially planned to remove those weapons from the game, we realized that they were in a good place and that people really liked playing with them. Because of this, we decided to give back critical hit chance to all SMGs instead. SMGs have been given back their critical hit chance with a maximum roll of around 22%. Whoa, we're going back to those 1.3 days. Boy! I honestly can't wait to check this out. My favorite weapon in the game was the AUG A3 Para XS. Is that the entire name for it? It was one of those AUG variants. That was my favorite weapon in the game, even to date right now. If I had an AUG, which I don't because they're garbage right now, but hopefully this sticks, or it gets altered a little bit, because I love my SMGs. So I honestly can't wait to start using those again if they become great again, just like the United States with Trump. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But those are the entire patch notes. There's bug fixes here at the end, but there's like 20 of them, so I'm not going to go over all those. It's just little tiny stuff, so if you guys, again, want to check the patch notes and read the bug fixes for yourself, then I will, of course, leave the link to this patch notes in the description below. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like on it, and also subscribe to the channel for more videos. I was gonna say daily Division videos. I haven't really been doing that lately because of how stale I thought the Division was, but I don't know, these past 24 hours, it's hit me like, oh, dang, I need to go play some Division. I need to make some Division videos. Really hyped to actually go stream a few Last Stand, maybe survival matches. So that's probably what you're going to be seeing from me in the next week, and I'm really excited to start playing the Division again. I take these incremental breaks every once in a while. Most notably, I took one from, I don't know, 2 weeks into 1.3, and all the way until the 1.4 PTS. So pretty long break right there in itself, but hopefully nothing like that ever happens again, because of how I blame it on 1.3. It was just garbage. I hope a lot of you agree with that, because I just thought it was the it was the worst update the game had ever seen. So I guess I'm just gonna end it off on that. I'm just going off on a tangent. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I guess I will see you guys next time. Peace out, guys.